What's up YouTube, and welcome back to my channel, and today I have the best Salamangreat deck, budget Salamangreat deck for May 2019. I just feel like this deck is more consistent if you're trying to play on a budget than the other decks, because obviously new cards like Silent Mine have been released. It's not as much as I thought it would be, but it's still very expensive, and obviously Phantasme. It makes the deck a lot more pricey. So yeah, I'm just going to get on to this build and I'll give you my opinions on why I run stuff as I go through the cards. So thanks. So first of all, I still obviously play 3 Gazelle. Best card in the deck. It does everything. You need this card for it to play good. And I play triple Foxy, sorry. That's actually a problem with my card scheme, I have to replace that. You need 3 of this card because it's one of the searches of the deck, but you can also use it as a spinning-like effect, and it can also pop field spells with Mystic Mine and stuff becoming, and Trickstar cards in Orcas becoming more and more popular. You want about to kill their field spell, and this is what it does. It does it really well, and yeah, love playing through that. And then I play double Spinny. The reason for 2 Spinny is because it's just not good by itself. Foxy, you can add Gazelle, or try and add Gazelle, and then Spinny's just, it is a Sunlight Wolf by itself, but it's nothing more. You know, like, it's good to use as a combo for Gazelle, but other than that, it's not. So they're the main ones. And then I play 2 Jaguar now. The reason for this card at 2, you'll see later, but you need 2 because you don't want to get rid of the other one. That's all I'm going to say. And then I play 1 Falco, 1 Foul. Both these cards really good. Falco, you can get back your trap, your Fusion of Fire. Foul, Chain Blocks Gazelle. This card's really good. I might play 2, but I don't know about room right now. And then for other searchers, I play 1 Debug and 1 Flame Buffalo. Debug's also at 1. The reason for the 1 Buffalo is mainly because you want to draw cards. You want to draw as many cards as you can to gain as much advantage as possible. And this card lets you do it. It's literally a 1-for-1. Like, you use Buffalo and a card from your hand to draw 2. But the other good thing about this is it can trigger Gazelle. Because when you ditch a Salamangreat, so say you opened up this Spinny Gazelle, you ditch the Spinny, you trigger the Gazelle, you get to draw 2, and so on. And also, obviously, it's a Cyber, so you can make baitings of it quite easily. And Debug's quite good. It gets Gazelle. And then I've just played now the 1 Crusader Reclusia. I played 3 of this before. With 3, I found I bricked too much. 2, I didn't really brick, but there's rather other cards I'd rather see. Like even Foxy, or even Jaguar, because at least I can make a Balinx and then make a Wolf, and if I can get the trap back, it was just better for me to have another card. And for hand traps, I played triple Ash Blossom still, best budget hand trap. Yeah, it's so good, like, it just stops everything. And then this is my second favourite hand trap, Veiler. And the main reason for this being so good for me is because you can use it more than once per turn. Multiple times before, I Veilered their first monster, they've done some other stuff, I Veilered their second monster, and they've just scooped because I already have a good board, and they can't do anything to break it, because they know I got game next turn. And then my last hand trap is double Ghost Ogre still. I kind of want up this to 3, because Ogre is really good against Pendulums, and the Endymion deck being a new deck that's going to be very relevant in this meta, in my opinion. So I want to stop their servant. I want to stop them from getting multiple negates on the board, and this is what Ghost Ogre helps. So that's the monsters and hand traps. I can't remember the count exactly. I think it's 23, could be more. So then I play Triple Circle, add Gazelle to hand, so what this card pretty much is, unless you already have Gazelle, so yeah. And then the 1 Sanctuary and the 1 Fusion of Fire. I do not play Will. The reason I do not play Will is because If you open Will and you have no Salamangreats in graveyard, or very little Salamangreats in hand, you can't really do much, and it's a really sacky card. It doesn't do anything in the mirror like Fusion of Fire, so I don't really see the purpose of running it. I did like Will in the past, but now it doesn't really help me gain too much advantage. If I need to use it, it's probably because I misplayed, so that's the main reason for not having Will. And then I play Triple Cool Buy. You need this card, you need 3 of it. I've seen some builds running 2. I do side out 1 sometimes depending on my matchup, but very often I play 3, because just keep all 3 in, because I want to get rid of their stuff like, obviously the mirror, you get rid of Spinny, get rid of Ray, Sky Strikers, and Orcus, you get rid of their, they go, if you only have this, you go get rid of their Nightmare, and it kind of slows their combo down unless they have further extenders. So that's the main reason for playing 3 Cool Buy. And this is next card is more because back row is really annoying right now, and that's Double Twin Twister. Yeah, Mystic Mind Burn is a thing. Sky Strikers are still a thing. Even against Orcus is not bad, because Orcus set up a board with double Fog Blade, and like their battle. So you want to get rid of both their Fog Blades, because it stops you completely in your tracks, because you go and summon your Banelinks, and they Fog Blade it, and then even if you have Gazelle, they'll Fog Blade your Gazelle. You're kind of screwed. You have nothing to do, or they can Fog Blade Wolf, they can Fog Blade anything. So yeah, that's the main reason for Twin Twisters, because it's really relevant against a lot of things right now. Main thing it's not relevant against is Thunder Dragons, because they don't run any traps or spells for that matter. So I just side out against that matchup, but everything else is really good against. And the last card is why the reason I would play 2 Jaguar is Triple Pot of Desires. The reason for 3 of this card is because it says draw 2. It's a Pot of Greed. I know you got to banish 10 cards, but if you got hand advantage, it doesn't really matter. Your opponent can actually play Yu-Gi-Oh! If you set up a good enough board, and this is what this card helps me achieve. Without Signet Mining, without Phantasme, I need a way to do that. That's the reason for the 1 Buffalo, that's the reason for the 3 Pot of Desires, so I can gain more advantage. And then I still play 2 Strike, Love Strike. I want to play 3 of this as well. It's a really good card. It stops hand traps as well, like if you set this, stops hand traps. It stops a lot of cards. It stops Sky Striker. If they go Ray into Gagari and you negate it, they're kind of screwed. Like, they can't really do much unless they have some sort of recurrence. So this is why I really like this card right now. It stops. It literally stops every deck, to be fair. Like, the only thing it probably doesn't stop is Salamangreats, because they can play around it because of the amount of extension. But if you play an Orcus and they play 1 Mermaid, they go Mermaid effect, you strike it, or you summon it and you strike it, they're screwed. But it's probably better if you wait for their effect, because they still have to pay cost. And then I play 1 Rage and 2 Roar. The main reason for the double Roar is because of Desires. Like, if I'm stuck in a situation where I need to use Desires, I don't want to go through my Roar. Rage I'm not too bothered about, because it doesn't come up too much, but Roar I really need to have at least 1 copy. So yeah, I don't want my 1 Roar to get banished. That's the reason I play 2. It's the same with Jaguar. So now on to extra deck. Let's see if that's in the way. Triple Banelinks. You need 3 of this card. I was thinking about playing 2, but then the 3rd one comes up so much, I don't really want to play 2. It's because it gets negated, it gets ashed, it gets veilered, it gets a lot of things happens to it. So yeah, 3 Banelinks. And obviously the Triple Wolf. Wolf is by far the best card in the extra deck, in my opinion. It is, because it just gets you to your plays, it gets you to your combos. Then double Helio. This is for the Fusion of Fire OTK mainly. Sometimes I just use it to get over bigger monsters, but it is mainly for the OTK, which doesn't actually come up that much anymore. It used to when I first played the deck, because I'd misplay a lot, and then I'd have to Fusion of Fire to get myself out of it, but nowadays it doesn't come up so much. And now just the one Mirage Stallion. Before I ran 2 Mirage Stallion, and that was because misplaying again. I think I've learned a lot about this deck, and learning not to misplay is a big thing. And now that I only need to play one because I just recur it back. And then the one Chimera because, you know, OTK potential. So I still play one Heater. This card's really good in the mirror. This card to get good against like every deck, because every deck near enough plays Ash. You could just get their Ash and then you can like use your other monster and make Warlord and just take their monster, and it's hard for them to do anything about it. One Phoenix, great card. It gets rid of back row. Really hate back row. Really hate good field spells, and that's what it does. And the one Warlord Dragon. Still, they're annoying cards, pretty much. It's hard to get out. Well, it's not hard, but it's annoying too. And then the last 2 monsters, the one Dweller. And the newest card to the extra deck is the one Baguska. Baguska's really good. It pretty much wins the mirror. If you manage to set up this with Roar and like a decent board, they can't do anything against you. This pretty much wins the mirror as well. If you set up either of these, it's very hard for the mirror to get over either of them, just because then you need the graveyard unless they opened up like a nutty hand. So yeah, that's the reason for them two. Onto the side deck. I still play triple Pankratops. Pankratops is for me the best generic card. I always slide this card in because it's 26. It's a free special summon if you go second, unless you're playing against Mystic Burn, because that deck's annoying and you shouldn't be playing that because it's a stupid card. But yeah, it's a free pop as well. So yeah, that's the reason for 3. And then I play triple Draw Bird. Like I said, one of the reasons I bought the Endymion deck was because of 3 Desires, 3 Draw Bird, and that's why Draw was in my side, because a lot of decks add to the hand, especially Sky Strikers and even Salamangreats, because you don't want, I guess they don't add that much, but you don't want Striker doing stuff against you, and you can use this on their first card, and then it slows them down a bit. Like, obviously they can still do stuff, but it does slow them down. It does come in handy though, against a lot of decks. And I still play 2 of the Kaiju, because Kaiju's a Kaiju. It gets rid of problem cards, and that's what I want it to do. And now I play 2 Enemy Controller. I've seen a lot of people sign this in a while ago, and I thought this card was really interesting because you can grab their monster and then link away with it. And yeah, it also, like I said, it gets rid of problem cards. And this deck does struggle with bigger cards. So what does Enemy Controller do? Lets you get their bigger card and get rid of it. And then double evenly matched. I don't want anybody set up a big board against me, so you just, if they go first, they set up a board full of negations, or good boards, you can just evenly, and they got to use a negation, or they got their board's gone. It's one of the 2. So the insta win against Sky Strikers, the 1 Period Order, the 3rd Twin Twister because I hate back row, and the 1 Super Poly from the mirror. I would play 2 if I had the room and if I had another one. So that is my Salamangreat deck for May of 2019. I'm really enjoying this deck so far. I feel like there could be some changes in the future depending on how the meta develops. So yeah, my next video I should have for you is an Orcus budget deck. I feel Orcus is a very interesting deck right now. It's kind of cheap without the good dangers. However, it's not as good, but you can play without them. So I will bring you my variation of that deck. I already have most of the cards, I'm just waiting for a few to arrive, and I got to order a few. So for now, that's all, and please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't enjoy the video, please tell me why, because I want to improve. I'm quite new to this, so yeah. That's all, and peace.